Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, how you doing?
I knew he could pull it off, man. You do such a great character in this, and I love this series. I mean, from other series you've done, like The Wire and everything else, like how does this feel different?
I'd say Heels feels different in that the big piece of meat that The Wire has been supersized, and I am the kind of actor who had to learn subtlety, and I'm still learning it. So if you give me a big piece of meat to bite onto, I turn into the monster that you see in this show.
Did you know that wrestling? I mean, we all kind of seen wrestling growing up, but this show kind of peels back the layers of how wrestling is made. Did you know how much theater went into making wrestling?
I actually did know how much went into wrestling because I'm a wrestling fan, and I know a lot of people in independent wrestling, and I've seen hours and hours of live shows. And so I came to this thing with mad respect and frankly a lot of humility, because I know for a fact what they do for real inside the ropes I can only pretend to do. But to be on a show that honors that and celebrates that and kind of peels back the rug to see the mechanics of it is a dream come true. And also to work on it with someone I know very well, my wife Laura, who's the costume designer. It's like we've been paying dues for a long time, and I feel like this show is the reward.
Laura, how does it, I mean, I know this show was kind of delayed because of COVID, and now we're here on the carpet in real life. Like, how does it feel to, like, have come through the pandemic thus far and now have this show being released and be here, like, on the carpet? Like, how surreal is that to see your work being able to come out?
Well, COVID gave us a lot of time to actually develop the work, and that was, Chris was able to grow a gigantic beard and really long hair. So by the time he was like able to, and all the actors were sort of able to carve out the characters physically to then go into the costumes so naturally. And I was able to take the time to get all of the boots and have everything made, and then wear it out and make it look authentic. And it gave us extra time, actually, in a weird way, to realize this in the form it is, and we're really proud of how it came out.
When you look at the real pro wrestling feel, like, who has the costumes that, like, are the most amazing to you that are out there wrestling right now?
Well, we're trying, in this show, we tried to create individual looks based on the characters that Michael Waldron and Mike O'Malley created, so we took bits and pieces from all the iconic wrestlers over the years and paid tribute to them. At the same time, it tried to make it our own.
There's a lot of, you got to turn back the page a couple of times before you get back into the Peacock era, where it was so over the top that it almost looks like Vegas. But this is the indie world, so we couldn't go that way. But I mean, the character of Rooster is, to me, that's just one of the most incredible entrance pieces that she gave him, these wings. Yeah. And you said the right word, theater. The theater of it is what I think we relied on the most. You still see it now, for sure, in top-level pro wrestling, but back in the day, that's when it was just an
There's
eyeful.
some Ric Flair feathers. Chris has some Ric Flair feathers. There's some just, like, Steve Austin. There's all of the historical characters. There's also a lot taken from just the people who were doing the, pro wrestling, Gorilla, the PWG, locally, some of the independent wrestling companies and troops in Georgia, sort of bringing that to life too, because they didn't have all the money to do it all. They were still doing it at a level where supposedly, Jack and Ace's mom's making the costumes.
Love the show. Love your character on the show. Love you as an actor. Keep on doing your thing, but keep on watching, brother.
Thank you, and thank you so much for showing up in this weird time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.